YouTube, what is up with y'all tonight? This is Neil Goodfella Neil coming through with another sneaker video, and just checking my phone real quick to see what time it was. But tonight's talk video is basically on, you know, we getting a lot of re-retros of the sneakers that already kind of just came out a few years before they already came out already. So what I mean is, like, for example, Metallic 5s came out in 2011, but they dropped again in 2016 with the Nike Air on the back, and this is currently happening now. Black Cement 3s dropped with the Nike Air on the back in 2018, but the ones with the Jordan brand Jumpman on the back dropped in 2011. So really my thing is, what do we do, or what you guys are planning on doing with your retros and the ones with the Jordan brand. So, you know, for example, again, like I just mentioned, the Jordan, so for example, like the Jordan 5, this is the metallic Jordan 5 from 2011. Some people still have the Jordan 5 from 07. And if you know, if you really been keeping it in good condition, the Jordan 5 from 2000 with the Nike Air on the back. So the 07 and the 2011 version is the only ones that actually have this Jordan brand Jumpman logo on the back. And as far as like what to do with it, like with me, I plan on actually getting the Nike Air Jumpman, Nike Air Jumpman, the Nike Air logo versions on the back, well, the 2016 version really. And my thing was what I'm gonna do basically with this one. Now, I didn't realize it until I was actually typing a comment in response to somebody else's video as well, because this already kind of like been on my mind anyway, but it's just so happened that another sneaker YouTuber actually had mentioned this as well, as far as like what's basically like he had double ups, Anthony Levine, if I say his last name right. I think it's Levine. So go sub to him, man. Just type his name in the YouTube thing. He down to earth dude. He got a sneaker channel. So, but and I actually wrote in the comments saying the same. You know, even though I don't really too much like have double ups, but it will actually count as a double up in a way, because I will be getting the Nike Air version and the Jordan brand one. At least to me, I know what he meant by as far as Jordan brand. I mean, as far as like double ups, he mean like, you know, two of these like this, just one to keep on ice, because you never know when these gonna come back out, right? So, but with these actually being OG colorways, they bound to come back out again, but just more expensive, and the quality, you never even know. To me, the quality on this one feels a lot better than the 2016 one. Now this is the 2011 one. I remember people arguing in 2011 and 2012 about the quality on here being suede when it's actually nubuck. But this is just like a long hair nubuck, so people confused it with suede because the quality was actually decent. Again, you know, back then these was going for like 150. I remember when these dropped. These dropped in like August of 2011, and I swooped them. It was like August 12th or August 1st, something like that. But I know it wasn't at the end of August. It was like towards the beginning to the middle or something like that. And I really wanted them, order them from Nike.com, 150 plus tax. That was it. And speaking of that, I actually still have my return label from back then too. So yeah. Do we got that date? About to look at some vintage, a vintage order, Nike order form, y'all. You know I gotta hide my address. $161.63, and shipment details and all that stuff. Now, granted, this was an old house, but you know, it is what it is. You know, people can still kind of like find you, and you know what I mean. Pack date, SAP order. So yeah, let me just zoom in. I don't know if you guys can actually see that. What's that date? Pack list date 8/22/11. So it was towards the end of August. My bad, y'all. But maybe it took a little minute to ship out. But yeah, man. And the unit cost, what that say right there, $150. I paid with PayPal at the time. It was a $161. Like, dude. Like, you know, that's what I'm talking about. So like, so anyway, back to what I was saying. This, when as far as it come back to this, now I know eventually the sneaker might fall apart, and you might have to ask yourself that question: are you really gonna put the time in to re-glue and put all this stuff back together? With me, I'm kind of iffy. I'm undecided. At one point, I was just kind of thinking like, oh, you know, I'ma just sell these after I get the Nike Air one. You know what I mean? Because that's basically, I mean, ain't no point in keeping the sneaker until it like falls apart, right? But and I'm not trying to make money as like a reseller neither, but you know, I think I wouldn't be surprised if these going for like dirt cheap right now. The 07 version and the 2011 version probably just going for dirt cheap since the 2016 one came out. And obviously people are going to desire the 2016 version more, not only because it's a recent retro that just came out, but also it has the Nike Air on the back. And obvious sign we seen that with was, look at that, man. That stuff look ugly. Got like a crease in the suede or the nubuck. But that ended up happening as well with the. Now I picked these up this year as well. I damn near forgot I picked these up. That's crazy. It's the Jordan 4 white cement joints. Now people was crazy for the 2012 version. They sold out crazy. Every time they restocked, they sold out crazy. But once these dropped, these sold out obviously, and you know, and for good reason. People don't even want those hard 2012 versions that came out in February. You know, the color is slightly darker and on those versions. And, you know, they got the Jumpman branded logo. So if you do actually have that pair, if you do actually have this pair, did you actually keep that original pair with the Jordan brand logo? I don't know. You never know how things might happen in the future. You know, maybe people might start looking for the Jordan brand, the Jumpman logo on the back in the future because they don't make them anymore or something like that. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like one of them toss-ups. Again, like right now, those probably going for dirt cheap right now. The Jordan 4 white cement 2012 version with the Jumpman on the back. And, you know, obviously the ones with the Nike Air will be going for a little bit more since that just came out recently. So moving on to the next kick. Another one we got is a roundup of kicks coming out. A roundup of, I didn't bring out my Jordan 6, but that also, obviously, y'all know, coming out with the Nike Air. Now, those just came out. Those just came out almost 5 years ago. So, the black and infrared Jordan 6, that is. And, you know, they're coming out, obviously, 2019, supposedly, with the Nike Air on the back. And so, that's another question. But I guess it all depends on what kind of collector you are. And meaning, like, you know, what you rock and all that stuff. Would you still rock the old ones with the Jumpman on the back? Or would you just sell it immediately knowing, you know, just to get it out your hands because you don't just need maybe like one pair and you just want to stick to the OG pair. But now I'm actually kind of contemplating, instead of just actually selling the Jumpman ones all like that, you know, after these sneakers come out, man, with the Nike Air on the back, you know, these, again, they're going to plummet. Same thing with the Bred 4s. Since these supposed to be dropping in 2019, you know, the prices for these obviously the actual Jumpman one's going to drop as well. And I ain't mad at that, but it's just like, so what do we do with it next? Chime in down below. What would y'all do next, man? You know, military blue force. Can't wait till they come out with these joints with the Nike Air on the back. And to me, like, this was the best quality Jordan 4 in 2012. Like, seriously, because like this sneaker is not falling apart. Like, it's not like the paint not cracking, you know, it's not bubbling. I mean, the air bubble not getting foggy, but this was back when they dropped it for like 160 plus tax at the time. So it's kind of hard to believe it's like 190 plus tax now, but and the quality not too bad on here. But So basically, those were my thoughts on that, and obviously the 2011, the same thing with this, the black cement. Do you still got the Jumpman logo 2011 black cements or the countdown pack joints that dropped? It's a bunch of them that's like that, man. I can't wait till they drop these too, man. You put the Nike Air on the back of this because it's a black, white, and red Chicago like colorway. That's gonna be crazy. People wasn't too hyped for the True Blue 3s with the Nike Air on the back too much to me. I think one of the big reasons was because this was like the first, this and the Maroon 6 with the Nike Air on the back was the first retros they dropped for $220 and people wasn't feeling that. And I definitely agree. But, you know, do you guys have the True Blue 3s or any sneaker that just literally got re-retroed that used to probably even be head turners for you guys? Like, I got more stuff, man, but I don't feel like bringing all that stuff out, man. Like, stuff that they're retroing now as far as OG colorways, like, already have that, like, from the few years ago when they dropped it. Like, the Chicago 9s. I got the Chicago 9s from 2010, so it was kind of pointless to get the ones that just came out a few years ago. But then I was kind of contemplating on getting them. The leather on the recent Chicago 9s that just came out a few years ago, those actually feel better as far as the quality go than the 2010 ones. Now they need to drop the olive ones for real this time and actually make it available for people, and they need to drop the charcoal 9s for people as well, just like how they did the shadow 10s and stuff. You know, that whole shadow kind of like colorway. So I remember they dropped those in 2010. I wish I could have got those. But so as far as me, my overall verdict over all this kind of like stuff, I might just keep them anyway, and then, you know, whatever happens. If it really get to a point where I just don't have the time to, you know, do little slight restores, like repaint the midsole or something like that so it looks back factory DS or whatever, then I would just get rid of it. But to me, it, like, you're not really gonna get too much from this anyway by the time it dropped with the Nike Air on it, or whichever OG colorway drop that you have with the previous Jumpman logo or whatever on it. That, like, you probably almost better off just keeping it in a way. Because me, man, I'm not about to, I kept my sneakers too pristine and in good condition to be letting somebody get it for like $20 or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm actually still a fan of the model. I'm actually still a fan of the silhouette. So I'm not gonna give it up so easy as far as the price go and stuff. So, you know, I think it'll also be a cool timepiece just for just to show in the future, like, you know, like, oh, you know, they now, you know, not Jordan Brand putting, like, you know, Nike Air on the back of everything because that's the way it's supposed to be, OG, blah blah blah. But back at one point they were just putting the Jumpman logo on it. And again, you know, you never know how the tides might turn. I never thought that too much of running shoes, and especially dad shoes, would get in style like how it is now. Because if you're talking about a dad shoe in 2012, people wasn't on that, and that's almost like a decade ago. And it's crazy that, like, the basketball shoes are sitting now. Basketball shoes used to not sit, dude. Like, it was basketball shoes, then some runners. Dad shoes was out of the picture. Like, it wasn't even none of that like how it is now. So now first it's like dad shoes, then it's like runners, and then it's like some other stuff, fashion maybe, and then it's like basketball like at the top, at the bottom damn near. So again, you never know. Stuff come back around. You know, some people might be, oh yeah, I just want the Jumpman logo only. And remember how we was fighting for, like, just to have the Nike Air on the back, all that complaining we was doing. I know a lot of the older guys can live without the Jumpman logo because they didn't come up with that or whatever, but you never know. Like, the younger guys, when these was dropping and the Jumpman logo was on the back, you know, they probably not used to the Nike Air on the back. I guess it all depends though, man, as far as taste though, when you really think about it. Like, is it really worth it? Last, before I get up out of here, while I'm thinking about it, while I do have the Jordan 5 up, I don't have my white Jordan 5s out right now, but another unique feature is that every time these sneakers retro, no matter the color way or whatever. So for example, like the Mocha 3s drop, but I bet you it's a difference between the 2001 Mocha 3 and the 2018 Mocha 3. The difference might not be huge, but it might be that little, just so you can so it could be unique to its time. So for example, like the line of Jordan 5s that dropped in 2013 that had the hard leather, those actually have 2013 written on the inside of the tongue towards the side right here on like every Jordan 5 that came out in 2013. So that's just a fun fact. Just like when the 2012 White Cement 4s came out, they had actually a 2012 on the side of the tongue right here, because that was the 23rd year. You know, they was kind of like making it an anniversary, 23 years since the sneaker dropped. So, you know, that was kind of like that special thing. Now, the quality wasn't decent like this. This is okay quality. This is better than the 2012 Jordan 4 White Cement as far as quality go. But just for that time, just for those people collecting in that time, it's like a time capsule. You know, you had the 2012 on the tongue with the Jordan 4 as well. So this is a good example right here. I don't know if you can actually see. It's probably too dark, but it's engraved. It says 2012 in words. 2012 on this one in words. Again, if you go to a Jordan 5 that dropped in 2013, that actually has 2013 on the side in there. So that's what makes it special for that time. So when they drop again, especially in this OG form, you know, it's not going to say that. You know what I mean? So it depends on what type of collector you are and how you like them or whatever. I know we just all looking at them as, most people just looking at it like, oh, okay, just drop another Fire Red 4 so I can have a Nike Air on the back. That's it. But if you real particular about it, and if you care, and if you already have the sneaker anyway, it's like, you know, what makes it unique, what makes it, what gives you a good reason for keeping it longer and wanting to actually hold on to it and collect it. That's it for my talk video tonight. I rambled on long enough, guys. Thanks for everybody that's been commenting, rating, and all that stuff, subbing and all that. You know, we do nothing but real talks here. And yeah, man, this is Sneaker Channel. Peace.